Hi guys, I want to share with you 4 fabulous DIY projects that I've had going on over the last couple of months, and I'm starting with a few inspiration pictures for a settee I gave a makeover. I wanted the settee for my foyer and I wanted the soft cream neutral color accented by the natural wood tones. I found this settee on Facebook Marketplace for $80, and as you can see, it needed a lot of TLC. I knew that reupholstering was out of the question for this DIY project. I liked the nail heads and the leather strip, but decided to use chalk paint to refinish the upholstery. I did not like the cherry wood finish of the legs. They were just too dark and too red for the look I wanted. So I sanded them down to their natural wood tone to give me that natural, neutral look I was going for. Kept some of the dark cherry to give that rustic look, but carefully sanded it just enough to look more of a deep chocolate brown than the red cherry look. The finished product gave me the vibe I was shooting for. Now, the process of painting, so to speak, the settee isn't what you might think. The process involves diluting the chalk paint just a little with plain water and wetting down the settee section by section as you paint. The idea is to let the color soak into the fibers like a dye rather than sitting on top of the fabric like paint. This wetting down of the fabric allows the paint to soak in and maintain that soft touch rather than sitting on top of the fabric and causing it to be hard and crackly, if that's a word. The process was tedious and it took quite some time, but if you want it done right, you just have to take your time. In the process, you don't want to oversoak the fabric. The finished product looks amazing. It's the exact look I was going for. I decided to paint the nail heads and the leather trim as well. It looks beautiful and light in my foyer, and I couldn't be happier with it. These next couple of pictures are for what I had in mind for a foyer console table. The one I had before this was beautiful, but it was a DIY made from an antique French provincial dresser. I wanted something a little sleeker that would lighten up the foyer, so we went to Lowe's and bought our supplies. And my plans were to film the entire process, but my husband began construction while I was at work, and I got home just in time to film him finishing it up. This is what it looked like before I stained it, and when I stained it, I used a mix of dark and light stains to get the exact natural wood tones I wanted. And now the foyer looks amazing with natural wood tones in the console, the legs of the settee, and that creamy color of the settee itself. And now moving on to these 2 chairs. This project really took a lot of elbow grease. I found these 2 beautiful rattan chairs, again on Facebook Marketplace. They were very high-end and really, really good quality. I found some similar chairs at Wayfair and Tommy Bahama's that range in price from $800 to $1,800. The chairs needed a really good cleaning from being kept outside in the elements. I used a heavy-duty disinfectant cleaner and bleach, and I really gave the chairs a good scrub. After scrubbing the chairs, I vacuumed the base of the chairs and the cushions to clean those as well. I knew I just wanted the cushions to have that neutral color, so I bought drop cloths to reupholster the old ones. First, I laid the drop cloths out and cut them to size. out how I wanted the cushions to sit, I used my glue gun to recover the seat and the back cushions. I made sure to do it really neatly since I was using the glue gun instead of sewing the seams. Once I had all of the cushions covered, I used Scotch Guard to cover the cushions for added protection against any dirt or stains. The chairs turned out beautifully, and they give me the extra seating I needed in my family room. And they also complement the existing furniture as well. Now, for these faux wooden bead garden, I really love the look of wooden beads. I have a couple as decor pieces. I wanted to carry that look over to the fireplace mantle, so I decided to make a faux wooden bead garland, and I picked up these vase fillers from Target. I used one of my upholstery needles and some very thin jute twine and threaded the balls on. I continued this until I had all of the vase filler balls on my twine. Next, I used a thicker jute rope to make the tassels. I used a piece of cardboard cut to the size and length that I wanted my tassels to be. I went around the cardboard with my jute until it was as thick as I wanted it to be. Next, I took the end of my thinner twine that held my vase fillers and I tied it around the top of the thicker jute to attach my tassel. Once I had it secured and in place, I used another thicker piece of jute to tie around a smaller portion at the top of my tassel to form the head of the tassel. Once I had my tassel formed, I used a dog brush to comb out the ends of my tassel to make them fuller. And I repeated this process until I had 2 tassels, one for each end of my garland. And this turned out beautifully. I actually gave this smaller one to my daughter, and I went back to Target and bought 2 more boxes to make a longer one for our fireplace. This is the one for my daughter. And this is the one that I made for our fireplace. Well guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed these 4 fabulous DIY projects, and I hope it inspires you to do some DIY projects of your own. Remember guys, it's all the little things in life that give us pretty little pleasures. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.